What's up, my fellows? Today, if you read the title, we're going to be doing a haircut or style tutorial on the Fonzie hairstyle. Alright, now, his hairstyle, if you look at who Fonzie is, yikes. He is the coolest greaser in television history. So start this off, you want to wash your hair, dry it a little, and get it a little moist. So like when you run your hand, it'll be slightly wet. We're going to be using for pomade the Super Light, and just to top it off, the Brylcreem. We'll start off with a little dab of very Super Light into your dampened hair, into your coat, your full head. Right, just get that pomade in. I'm not too partial to Murray's Super Light, but it's pretty good grease, especially when you run it with the Brylcreem. Get some soap to wash your hands. Ew. I've changed since I first made my first video. I'll discuss that in the live stream. Brylcreem. Brylcreem is just a little topper to add in just a tiny bit of it. It looks like a lot on camera, but it's actually very little. Brylcreem. And my Brylcreem review will be coming out shortly, just aside from the delay. It's just delayed a little. Now, get this hairstyle. We have to first think about what it is. So Fonzie's hair was strange. It like combed it over because it was curly, not really curly, but wavy. So it would like swirl outward and like dip down and come around. So to get that look, now if you need to use any more of the Super Light with the Brylcreem, you're welcome to. I think this is a good amount of grease for my hair. Take a comb with this. This is the jack of all trades for hair. Like how the first hair tutorial I ever did. Just first comb it over. And water. Yeah, if you have damp hair, maybe your comb with water is going to fall out, so be prepared for that. And now, you're going to want to do this. Pull your hair out. Kind of like you're doing an elephant's trunk. It's where it looks like this. And you're just going to take it, comb it back here. So, see what you're doing? Pull it out, take the end of the little curl and sweep it back. See how it kind of rolls forward. Okay. A Sunday, Monday, happy days. Now Fonzie, I'm gonna give you some history on Fonzie. He was, again, the coolest greaser in television. This is basically the style. That's basically it. It's very easy to do with greaser products. But Fonzie was a greaser on a show from the 1970s called Happy Days. The best TV show for greasers. I don't think there's many TV shows. There's a lot of movies. And for the sides, just put some Super Light. And for the back, see my hair's growing in. So the hairs like to stand up when they're first coming in. But, you know, at first I'm not too partial to the Super Light, but it's a good grease. I mean, I recommend it. Just my hair is very wavy, so it's not good for me, personally, my hair. If you straighter hair, it would be perfect for you. It's like the swings back, and you want to ducktail it in the back. The ducktail is just you comb the back. I'm only using little dabs for this part. do a ducktail. And I'll show you how to do that. Put some soap. Wash off the grease. Now, Fonzie, I'll give you his backstory. He was a member of a greaser gang. Now, the show Happiness takes place in Milwaukee. I forget what state that is. But it's Milwaukee. Circa the 1950s. Later seasons kind of go into the 60s. But, what's it called? Fonzie was a reformed gang member. There was this kid who was in high school named Richie Cunningham, who was a redhead. He was a good boy, and then he was like the pristine child that like society would love. You know, he wore like the button-ups with the Levi jeans, like oh. But he wore like wingtips. His hair was in a side part, and he went off to college. You know, he was like a smart, nerdy, goody two-shoes kid. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just describing how like bad boys on that show would describe them. And Fonzie is the polar opposite. He has this kind of look, but every chick he wanted had blackish brown hair and was a rebel. So, Fonzie was a gang member of a greaser gang. A gang member of a greaser gang. A member of a greaser gang is what I'm trying to say. He was a part of two, actually. He was a member of the Demons, left the Demons. Then he was a member of the Falcons. Falcons were actually using Fonzie because Fonz, or as he was called, the Fonz, was the coolest person like in Milwaukee. Everyone loved them. So they were like using him to like make themselves look cooler. And Richie was sitting in a booth at this restaurant called Arnold's. It was like a diner, like those booths at the diners. That was Fonzie's booth. So Fonzie was like, hey, this is mine. He goes, I don't see your name on it. He points, it did have the Falcons written on it. Eek. So Fonzie challenged Richie to a fight. And Richie brought up that Fonzie thought he was tough and cool, but what happens when someone like pulls a gun and like you end up dead? Like, do you ever think the Falcons might be using you to look cool? So he eventually was able to, Fonzie didn't admit it, but Richie got him to leave the Falcons and not be a gang member anymore. He was still cool. He still got every chick he wanted. Just fixing up the hairstyle like that. Hey, you can see I look cool. And there's a couple of reasons why you might want to do this hairstyle, but I'll get into that in a minute. The Fonz, man, he wore like a brown beat up leather jacket. It was a bomber style jacket. There's one on Amazon I want to get. My dad won't let me buy it until school starts. But he wore a white tee, jeans, engineer, because he was a biker. He had a motorcycle. And there was actually a kid on that show named Spike, who was Fonzie's nephew. And he was literally Fonzie, but a kid. Like, the first time you meet him, you're thinking, oh, it's a little kid, you know, he's going to be like the average child. No, he comes in with the same jacket on, but like a kid version, like a kid size. Same hairstyle, white tee, jeans, boots, and on a bicycle instead of a motorcycle. And it's actually a thing you can do. You can take like a baseball card, so kind of playing card, put it in your tire, and then when you drive, it'll go like a motorcycle engine. And he had that in his back tire. And when a girl walked by, Fonzie went, and they did the same thing in sync. So it was like kind of funny how like Spike was the spitting image of the Fonz. Literally same. And then this other kid, I don't know what happened to Spike, but this kid Chachi came on the show. He was a relative of Fonzie as well. He wasn't a greaser. He was just kind of a cool kid, you know. But Fonzie was always cool on that show. Love the Fonz. But yeah, it's kind of the Fonzie hairstyle, man. Hey. But I'm gonna give you a few reasons you might want to sport this, for the summer at least. In the summer, it has this beautiful quality called heat. And What is pomade made out of? Wax. What are candles made out of? Different type, but they're both wax. What do candles do? Melt. What does pomade do? Melt when met with heat. So if you do a big, tall pomp that goes all the way out here and slips back, your hair is going to just flop. So this hairstyle is actually a really good one for the summer, because, you know, your other hairstyles won't look good because of the heat. But this is great. And it's actually very traditional. You know, people in the 50s weren't wearing huge, you know, pomps and like these big elephant trunks. The people wear today in the whole Rockville community, they're wearing more the Fonzie look. Like the show was ran by people who were teens in the 1950s. Just like the wings. I'll show you how to do a dovetail. I can't tell if y'all can see me. Okay. Yeah, you'll be able to see that. You're just combing them in, and you're just splitting it down the middle, like this. Like, say this was your hair. You're going to comb it in, and then dip it down the middle like that. So you can get a good angle of my ducktail. I'll get a good thing in the mirror. See? As you guys can see, if you look at the back of my head, it's called a ducktail. Ooh, I look like a Fonz. But yeah, that's just a little extra in the whole Fonz look. Hey. Alright, if there's greasers in your area, you better show up there. And if you don't, you're nothing but a square. Shark out.